We're back. The best of food and wine with Anthony Gismondi and Kasey Wilson, live from the Wines of Canada stage at the 2017 Vancouver International Wine Festival. Now, here's Tony and Kasey.
Welcome back to the Best of Food and Wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Randy Ullom. Oh, I'm Kasey Wilson.
And you're Kasey Wilson. We're on location at the 39th Vancouver International Wine Festival. Joining us now is someone who's been in and out of the festival for many years. Randy Ullom joins us from Kendall, Jackson. Randy, how are you?
I am feeling great and ecstatic to be here.
Feeling great. And you've been up in Whistler hitting the boards up there. And
yes.
How was the snow?
I was there. Monday was spectacular. Blue sky, sunshine, perfect temperature, great snow.
Yeah.
Dry powder at the top. It was beautiful.
Wow. We love to hear that.
Now,
It was
are you
incredible.
on skis or are you snowboarding?
I'm on skis.
You're on skis. You're not
Long-
making the switch.
Long skis, and I will never make the switch.
I love it.
How many years is it, Tony, since we met Randy? I mean, how many years have you been coming to the festival?
Gosh,
Wow,
I easily,
long time.
Yeah, easily 15, maybe
maybe more.
maybe 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Close to 20. But we were talking last night. This vintage coming up will be your
25th.
25th.
Wow.
Yeah, Kendall Jackson.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. 25 years at KJ. That's amazing.
It's and being able to see and experience all the growth over the years from, really when we started there were just two brands, Kendall Jackson and Cambria.
Yeah.
And now there's, under the Jackson Family Wines portfolio, we've got 40 plus pushing 50.
I think it's more than 50 now.
Yeah. Well,
So what was the production when you started?
it was I think it was like 800 or 900,000 cases.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a bit more now.
It is a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the well, for the brand Kendall Jackson, we don't really talk about this too much, but it's 3 million and change.
Wow.
Yeah, which is great.
And how are you able to do that and maintain the quality?
Well, first of all, as we've grown, we keep buying and developing vineyards all along the coast of California, and we kind of keep our ratios the same especially for say Chardonnay,
Yes.
Vineyards Reserve Chardonnay, but the several ways to keep it going each year and keep it quite nice and consistent. It's a certain percentage from the North Coast, a certain percentage from Monterey, and then a certain percentage from Santa Barbara County. Then on top of that, whatever those percentages are, 95% of the grapes are from the same source every year. 85% of all the grapes are from our own vineyards.
Yeah.
So we can keep the same sourcing. So you have the same source, the same region, same palate,
Yes.
and a stellar team that we've worked together with over the years. And then we try to maintain our oak sourcing and our style. So
Very consistent.
yeah, that's the name of the game.
Yeah. It's it's pretty amazing that you can do all that and keep it going. I mean, we were talking last night. I was trying to calculate because I really love your Chardonnays. You brought two today. We're going to talk about them, but you've been making Chardonnay forever, and you've made a lot of Chardonnay.
Yes,
we counted about 28 million cases, I think, last night.
Yes,
which is crazy.
It's amazing though. But I mean, it's when I don't really, you say in a year, let's say there's, 2.5 million cases of Chardonnay, or just call it two. That's 24 million bottles.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's a lot of bottles of wine. And then you
Yeah.
multiply that times 20 years, sort of as an average. It's probably, it's a fair amount of wine.
And it's not, I know why you don't like to talk about those numbers, because people just absorb them as big numbers, but actually all of this wine is sort of bought and paid for lot by lot. It doesn't really escape into one big vat.
It's
crazy.
When we do this, we keep all of our lots separate. So, as an example, in any given vintage, with all the little the vineyards that we have up and down the coast, and all the different little blocks and the clones and the angles of attack of the aspect and the elevation, we'll have about 1,000 lots of wine, and then and it drives some people nuts, but that way it gives us more of an opportunity to classify them all. It gives us an opportunity to see maybe something isn't working out just right and it needs a little extra help, or maybe it shouldn't be planted there in the first place.
Yep.
But that's sort of the secret to our success, is constantly looking at that. So we have all these little lots, and ultimately, speaking of Chardonnay, when we have a lot and it's aging in the barrels, we never rack it out or move it out and put it and blend it and put it back in. So one lot of wine may be in, as an example, 60 barrels. Well, every barrel becomes basically a mini lot.
Yes.
Because it's American or French, it's 1 year old, new to, or in different forests and all of that. Well, that's very complicated and complex at the end, but it is what helps to make us who we are. In lieu of some folks, as they get bigger over the years, they just get bigger tanks.
Yeah.
And they give up on all that. But we don't do that.
That keeps you working too.
It does.
Because not many people can comprehend how hard that is. So that's kind of cool. You said something great today in a seminar we were in, that you're kind of disappointed we call them valleys, because all of our vineyards are not in the valley. They're
on the hillsides. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's nice that we have the appellations and all of that for distinguishing the region. And usually an appellation ends with the word valley. Napa Valley, Knights Valley, Sonoma Valley. You go, oh, Lord. Because the irony of all that is probably 97% of all of the vineyards that we have are what we call mountains, ridges, hillsides, and benches, and very few in the valley floor. And the valley floors tend to have richer, deeper soil. If you want to grow volume, that's where you go with your vineyard. But if you're after quality and really going after a little bit lower yields and more concentration and flavor, you're up high on the hills.
And why is that? What does it offer, that altitude?
Well, several things. As you go up in altitude, you lose a little bit of heat, and the temperature's lower, and therefore it takes longer to get the grape ripe. Your growing season is technically longer for degree days wise. And then on top of that, as you go up in elevation, we have this sort of saying, some people think it's corny, but if the vineyard has a great view, it should make some wonderful wine.
Yes.
And the reason is that first the temperature goes down as you go up, but as you go up and on the hills and the mountains, the soil gets rockier, less fertile,
sparser,
and so the vine has a harder time growing. The yields are lower, and the other thing that'll happen, which is really more important for red wine, is the berry size gets smaller. The smaller the berry, the greater the ratio of the skin to the juice, where all the good stuff is.
Think of young people in a valley and old people on a hillside.
Yes, right.
Randy, you brought 2 Chardonnays today. I want to start. You brought the engine of Kendall Jackson,
right? The
Vintners
Goose.
Reserve, the Golden Goose. This is the 2015,
right?
So, what was the first Vintners Reserve you made? Vintage, that would be
25 years ago.
1990. Or?
Yeah, well, it was 90s, actually 97, because I didn't start out on the
true.
KJ side,
right?
KJ Wines when I started. I did all the international work,
right?
So I've been doing this really for 21 years or so. So it's 93 is when I started, plus 4. 97 was my first vintage. So 21 years, and I was a little nervous with all that, and it was a huge year to boot. So we were fermenting stuff, and if a vessel would hold a liquid,
anything,
it got grapes put in it, red or white. But the neat thing, this is the Vintners Reserve Chardonnay, the flagship of the company, and the really neat thing about this, aside from the consistency, is that since we grow and have our grapes only along the cool coast of California, where you have the effect of the fog and things like that, we get these have these vineyards that produce different flavors wherever they are, if it's all the same Chardonnay. So up in Mendocino, north of San Francisco, you have that sort of crisp green apple tone. And then if you go down towards Sonoma, the Russian River, it's a ripe apple. If you hit Carneros, it's the sort of pear tones. Then you work your way down the coast below San Francisco to Monterey, and there's the lemon and the lime.
Yeah.
Then you keep going to Santa Barbara, and the aromas and flavors are tropical, pineapple, and mango.
Yeah.
So those are all the aromas. And then we actually ferment this almost entirely in barrels. And so when you ferment a Chardonnay,
which is like having a baby.
Pretty much.
Each barrel is like having a baby.
Has its own little personality. And so when you do that, ferment juice in a barrel, you're building the mid palate, making it nice and round and lush. Then the other thing we do is when the fermentation is over, the regular fermentation with the secondary one where you have the malolactic, it's called, and that adds a little kiss of butter to the nose and the flavor. And then when all of that is done, the lees that had been fermenting the juice have died and fallen to the bottom of the barrel, and we stir those lees, and that's what adds that creamy, silky essence to the side of the palate.
Yeah.
So is there one of those flavors that you really prefer in a Chard?
I love this is almost like a match made in heaven. So I love the tropical tones that you get from Santa Barbara, and that's what this other wine is that I brought.
Yep, the Camelot.
Tonight it's the Kendall Jackson Estate Camelot Vineyard, Camelot Highlands, which is a designated vineyard in Santa Barbara County, and it's a very good vineyard. We use some in the Vintners Reserve, we use some in the Grand Reserve, and then we make just the vineyard designate out of it. And it's a very opulent wine. It's all French oak, where the Vintners is French and American. A little bit more new oak in the Camelot, but it is so rich, so unctuous, so chewy. It's like a liquid meal.
We actually had it in the seminar earlier tonight. Sensational bottle, and of course we had it last night too. We had such a great dinner last night at Boulevard in the Sutton Place Hotel. It was fantastic.
That was wonderful.
I don't want to hear about it. I wanted to be there. Next time, Randy.
So good.
It was a blast. So this Chardonnay is actually a hit here. It has the Camelot has a little kiss of the sort of Burgundianness of a Chardonnay, and then and then the tropical tones come through.
Randy, I know you're going to have a good few days in Vancouver.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
You are one of the guys who lives every hour fully.
Yes,
before, during, and after the show.
Amen to that. And the neat thing about today was in the windows here. Of course, it's dark out
isn't
now.
It great?
The sun came out, lit up the North Vancouver.
It's
the
gorgeous.
North Shore,
or the North Shore.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Randy, you also make a great drink, a great cocktail.
Caipirinha?
Yes, you make a fabulous
national drink of Brazil.
Exactly. You spend a few days there.
Yeah, and then we also do pisco sours when nobody's looking.
Oh, I love
Chile.
pisco sours.
We, we should have done that last night. We forgot all about the caipirinha.
Yes.
Anyways, but.
Yeah. And with those two drinks, you get all the vitamin C you need. They're very, very healthy. You hydrate from the ice. What more could you ask for?
I don't know. The last time I had pisco sours, the room was going around. It was I think I had 10 of them.
Oh, Randy Ullom, he's the wine master. He's the chief guy. He's the man. How many barrels a year do you go through? Just give us a little
for the Chardonnay, 120,000.
That's all you have to keep track of.
Just the Chardonnay.
120,000 little babies.
Little babies,
wow.
Yeah. And that's just the vintners.
You got people.
We've got some good
teams.
We have a killer team, and many of the folks that work with me have been there for a decade or two. So it's a strong team.
Randy, thanks so much.
Well, thank you.
Just knocked out by the new 2015 KJ Vintners Reserve. 2 days in a row, I'm just loving it. The flagship is right on track.
Hot dog, appreciate that.
And thanks for the Camelot. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Randy Ullom, really one of the kings of Chardonnay in the wine world, joining us tonight live from the floor of the Vancouver International Wine Festival. It's year 39. Canada's the theme, and Canada's up next on the Best of Food and Wine.
We're live from the Wines of Canada stage at the 2017 Vancouver International Wine Festival. There's more of the show coming up in just 2 minutes.